Fuck yeah. Actually, I was gonna hit my barn right here.
Hey,
welcome Hotheads, Dreamers, Sixers. We got a nice chill Sunday episode for you guys here today. Gonna discuss some Final Four, some fucking baseball opening day shit. We're gonna discuss some baseball bats. Johnny, how you doing, bro? Good to see you, man.
I'm good. How you doing, brother? Welcome, Sixers, Hotheads, Dreamers. Love you guys. Glad to have you. Not glad to have you. Glad to have you. I sounded like Asian man right there for a second. Glad to have you.
Glad to have you.
Glad to have you. And now
Hey,
we're about to get Shane Gillis if we keep this up, so we gotta chill. Even though it worked out for him, I guess. But yeah, I mean, let's just get right to it. Obviously,
comes full circle. I feel like from the cancellation to like the
yeah, they overcorrect one way, they overcorrect the other way. Such is life. We got Zach wearing his Yankees hat, so we'll get right there. Yesterday, obviously, I don't even remember how many home runs it was. I know Judge had 3. Chisholm had 1. I think it was 8.
They ended up with 9 in that game.
9.
One
Okay.
game.
Wow.
10 was the record. They would have tied the record with 10. I mean,
4 in the first inning. I mean, just walk me through your mindset watching that.
I don't know. 3 in 3 pitches. That's a crazy stat too. There are lots of layers to this whole cake.
Before I let you wax poetic, I do want to say, like, there's a good chance we never see that again. Like 3 home runs
before the season, for the rest of our lives,
for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
3 home runs, but before the ball hits the the catcher's mitt. It's crazy. The catcher didn't even touch the ball except for when the umpire handed him a new one to throw to the pitcher.
Literally, I don't even.
Crazy.
Definitely the wind was blowing out, as John mentioned on the chat with our boys. Crazy. Yeah, I would say that was just like a lot of spring training overlap. These guys were starting to hit the ball really well at the end of spring training. There was a lot of home runs going on at the end of spring training. Even guys like Austin Wells, who ended up carrying that over to the leadoff spot again and hitting that home run. Like, I think that they have an interesting team. They're going to have to score a lot, as we see the defense. They're horrible. They're going to be one of the bottom half of the teams in the league in terms of defense for the rest of the season. And because guys like Volpe are going to start getting exposed a little bit more, and who's not exactly the defender he's maybe made out to be. He's a good defender, but their infield is really weak, I would say, from the defensive perspective. Wells is pretty good behind the plate. He called a great game, I thought, actually. But at the end of the day, they were scoring so many runs that it felt like they were just leaving pitches out there, and Fried really, they got sloppy with the defense. When you start scoring that much in baseball, it feels like the defense just goes awry because no one gives a shit, because everyone knows that, like, you're not going to score as many runs as us that game. It's like no one fucking paying attention or something, but it's like egregious mistakes. Some of those were like a backhand simple play by Volpe, just letting it go right under his glove and shit. Like, so I'm happy as a Yankee fan overall. It's nice to see the bats. It's nice to see guys like Bellinger getting in on the love and Goldschmidt. That's cool. And they scored 12 runs again today. So, like, they're continuing to rake. It's insane. Jazz is starting to get really hot. But that brings us to, like, the bats conversation. Like, is Jazz getting hot because he's using this fucking weird squished up bat? That is just like...
Yeah, I mean, well, I want to say, like, the pitching, like you say with Fried, like, once you're up that many runs, you kind of just want to throw strikes. You can't really blame him.
Yeah.
Defense, you got to keep playing defense. That's the one thing you can't really forgive on the pitching side. But, I mean, yeah, the Yankees off to a fire start. I want to say 3-0 or 4-0 after today.
3-0,
just a dominant effort so far. Lighten it up. And it is, to be fair, just Jazz and Volpe. But then I heard maybe Wells and Bellinger are using a little less exaggerated version of the bat. Mm-hmm. So who knows? We talked last week. I wanted Wells in fantasy, someone I was targeting, and I did think he was due for a big year. Didn't quite get him, waited a little too long. It is what it is. But, the Yankees in general, I guess my question more about this whole bat situation is, if you were the Yankees brass, are you smart for breaking it out on opening day, which leaves teams time to adjust, form their own torpedo bats, or should they maybe have saved this for September, October?
I think
and
there's
busted them out.
I think there's something going on here, because I feel like it takes time to develop these bats specifically for players, and it's good for them in their sweet spot. And you have to there's I can't imagine that's like an overnight process. It has to be like at least a couple months. So I bet you, for the sake of transparency, but also disingenuous transparency, almost in a way like they're thinking about it from the perspective like, all right, we'll tell you guys all about it, but it's not going to be till next season that you're even going to be able to get these bats made anyway. So it's like we're showing you transparency, but we also know in the background that this shit takes 8 months to build.
Well, the counterpoint to that is that they have the data already from previous seasons. The same
About
data
stuff you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm saying like the data in terms of where the ball is hitting the bat. Yeah. They have this data already, the same data the Yankees had coming into opening weekend from last season or whatever.
Right.
So that can be processed by, either a team of people who work for the organization or AI or whatever very quickly, I believe. And I can't imagine the turnaround once they have a prototype in what the Yankees have, just by looking at it on a screen. I'm sure they could turn it around much quicker than 8 months. You know what I mean? Like
probably take like 2 or 3, maybe. Maybe they're just being actually transparent, and they're actually not cheating, and they're just trying to say.
Well, I wouldn't say it's cheating. I would say gamesmanship would be like, game theory wise, you wait to the playoffs, then you break it out, and you have these 30 runs in 3 games.
And it's like, no, those bats, like, we're gonna put you guys under investigation, and that's when it can get hairy. If you allow them to do it the whole season.
But the fact of the matter is, the MLB has to have approved these bats, or else they wouldn't be able to use them. So the MLB if they brought them out in the playoffs, it's the same thing. The MLB still would have had to approve them beforehand. So there's no like cheating because you're playing by the rules. You're just playing smarter than other people. Being the first one
for the batter though too, weight distribution in terms of swinging it. Maybe they were using it in spring training. They're like, we have the swing for this bat right now. Is there something like that to it? Maybe.
I feel like there's not, and that's what the advantage of it is, that like it's the same swing pattern, but just the barrel is in a more convenient location for your contact. If it was like you had to change your whole swing to adjust to the bat, it feels almost like defeating the point. Like, because if you change your swing path, then the dimensions of the bat aren't going to help your contact at the barrel percentage because
it gotta feel different. It's almost
but do you get my point that if it changes the way you swing, then it would be defeating the point of moving the barrel because your swing path is different.
Yeah, absolutely. If it was like egregiously changing your swing path, absolutely.
Yeah.
Falls in line still, and it's just a little bit of an adjustment because of the way it swings. Because it swings more like a hacky, like not like a sack in a sense. Because the sack in a sack,
I feel like it's the same weight and length. It's just where the fat part of the bat. I don't think it would change your swing. Like that's the whole point. They don't want to change your swing. They want to change where the ball is hitting the bat.
You don't want to change your swing, but I still think that there's a decent adjustment period to swinging this new bat.
I don't know if I agree. I don't think it's. I think you don't want to adjust. That's the whole point. Because if you adjust, now the ball's not going to hit where it's designed to hit.
You're going to use the exact same swing, and this thing is not going to be like I'm just thinking about it like this. There are like, those things that you go on airlines with like 4 compartments and they fold out. And then there's the thing that you can throw all your shit in and it's a sack and it's all the weights at the end. It could be the exact same amount of weight, but the way it's distributed there is completely different. So when you pick it up, it's going to feel different. So that's more what I mean, that like the swing will be the same. You want the swing to be the same. The swing path should be the same. I agree with you. But that takes time, I feel like, to develop consistency with a new bat.
But that's where you lose me, that like you're saying the swing should stay the same and you have to change to keep the swing the same.
That same swing.
Yeah, no, that's where you lose me. I think the whole point is that you swing the same and that the ball just arrives at the bat.
There's no adjustment period, you feel like, for the
battle. I think if you're making adjustments, you're taking away the entire point of changing the distribution of the barrel of the bat. If you make an adjustment, then you're wasting the change that they made on the bat.
Right. I see what you mean. The idea is that it's just a plug and play of your exact same everything, and then it helps you. Right.
Exactly.
I'm with you. I definitely understand the concept. I'm just more caught up on like if it feels different as your batter swinging it, literally.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a good comparison. It would just be like there's no real comparison for it in sports as we know it. It's a brand new thing.
It's crazy. Cruz and I were talking about. He sent me this crazy photo of like 2 bats next to each other. It's crazy to look at.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's an innovative thing. My other question going to it, so we don't have to keep going back and forth whether it's an adjustment
Cool. No,
or
it's
not,
actually a really dope topic. It's really interesting shit.
So what I find interesting is like, all right, now are the analytics departments of other teams going to try to find the weaknesses of this bat in terms of, do we throw more inside? Do we throw more outside? Do we work to find the, maybe hitting off the end of the bat with this thinner bat at the end causes more double plays.
Single. It's going to be an out at first,
or a double play, a ground ball.
Play.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is there any
percentages off the other sides of the bat? Is what you're saying?
Exactly. Is there an adjustment to the adjustment? Is there?
Cool.
And again, this is another reason why maybe they should have broken it out later in the season or even into the playoffs, where
would have looked so fishy.
Where not? I mean, if it's fishy, it looks fishy now. We're talking about it now. It's already, people are asking, is this legal or not? So it's not like that. Again, there has to be
because it's early. I would say
there has to be a clearing of the league anyway. So fishy, not fishy, like it's approved. You know what I mean? So there's nothing anyone can really say except for they didn't come. If they came up with it sooner, they would have done the same thing. Right. That's what I'm saying. If you bust it out in the playoffs now, other teams' analytics departments don't have a time period to adjust to how to pitch against it. Other teams don't have the time to
make their own and see the
idea. To design and copy the same idea. So it does almost feel like, all right, we just kicked the shit out of, our first series, now what? The Brewers in our first series and, across the league, not even in the same, division or league. So I don't know. It is very interesting and it seems to be working. So obviously Volpe and Jazz are definitive. I guess the next question is, who else is using it to some extent, to no extent? Seems like Wells and Bellinger are the likely.
Maybe we'll find out there's people across the league that have been doing it at a minor extent, and this is a whole non-issue, but maybe not.
I don't think it's an issue because I don't think it's necessarily. I can't see any rule against it, so I don't think there's like any cheating. It's not like the Astros banging trash cans or using.
I think there's a better chance that Nestor was throwing meatballs on purpose for giving up the home run to Freddie last year, so he was just hogging the plate for the Yankees.
No, there's zero chance that he was doing that. He's fucking trying to make his own money. I think it's more of a thing where, if anything, they could just came out really hot and it's an over-exaggerated thing. But I think it wasn't just one game. It's like the whole series. They were raking.
Jazz is cranking him.
Yeah. So I think he had another 2 today. So he's obviously going off. Baseball has been great so far. It's off to a hot start.
Short porch, he hit it 313, maybe down the corner in the second one. It was barely got over an out on the Yankee Stadium.
For sure, Yankee Stadium definitely helps, but still, that's where they're going to play. So that's they're going to play half their games there.
If you play there, you get a chance to hit the short porch. Go ahead, use it.
100%. Any early season takeaways? Any World Series favorites right off the bat? They are thinking
more sadness for Paul Skeens. I see just an unbelievable outing, and then they figure out a way to lose those games. So it's just another guy that's going to go through that area and just never win anything DeGrom style in a sense, just 12 to 15 wins a year and like be the best pitcher in baseball with like a 0 ERA. Ridiculous.
Hey, DeGrom went to the World Series. I wouldn't have put them in the same category as the Pirates.
I know, that was hate, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like it's just like in terms of being incredible.
No, I think the one thing
and seemed to be getting fucked a lot off his win. You know what I mean?
So obviously they're never gonna put a salary cap on baseball because like the players' union will never agree to it. Collective bargaining. No, I think what about a salary floor? Like you have to spend $100 million.
I like it. I love that.
Like like something like you can't have a payroll under $100 million. You can't be the Pirates, the Rays, these teams that are just the Marlins.
Crazy. In 2025, if you have a payroll of under $100 million in a professional sport,
especially one with like 25, not even NBA, like 25 players.
That's like malpractice. I feel like in a whole other way.
Yeah, and I know for a fact that there's a lot of teams that just. I just know that there are teams that don't try to win. They just are content with making their money off of concessions and ticket sales.
Forever. It's broken. And then you have guys like Steve Cohen and Magic Johnson, whatever the fuck, will pay any amount of money to win World Series.
Yeah, so the Pirates, the Rays, the Athletics, the White Sox, and the Marlins are all under $100 million payroll.
Bro, are you kidding me?
So if you're a fan of those teams, you got to figure you have virtually no chance of winning.
Soto just got 700.
Like Juan Soto probably makes, $55 million, something like that.
Their salary of the whole roster.
The Miami Marlins whole salary is $68 million. Juan Soto himself makes like 55.
There's just no chance.
Yeah, so I think a salary floor and even $100 million might not be enough. But there's, like I said, I guess there's only 5 teams under it, so it's not that.
I'm adding the head coach, Jeter, the president. Give me all your players, Marlins. Thank you, Yankees. Sincerely, Yankees.
Yep, and then you have the Dodgers, $330 million, the Mets, $322 million, the Yankees, $288 million, the Phillies, $283 million. Just it. Obviously, like I said,
it's like not even a sport. It's not even a sport. What are we doing?
A salary cap cannot be put on. The players will never agree to it. We'll just have a strike. There'll be no baseball. They'll never accept the cap, but. A floor. Make them have to try to compete. I mean, like you said, they have Skeens. Garrett Jones got hurt, but he's a great young pitcher. Come back.
I heard he's not doing surgery though.
Bubba Chandler and their minor league system's coming up soon. They can compete if they wanted to, but in the offseason, they don't compete for any of the free agents. They don't want to shell out the cash, so they just perpetually sit it. I mean, the Pirates have probably made the playoffs. I don't know, once or twice since I've been alive.
Yeah, with McCutchen, I think they had a year.
Yeah, I think 1 year. Yeah, I don't know.
The way you said that is so fucked. Yeah, 1 year.
Yeah, they haven't made the playoffs the past 10 years at all.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They made the playoffs in 2015.
This guy's special, and he's sitting in Pittsburgh dying.
Yeah, and there'll be more of those guys like that. But yeah, I mean, baseball's still early on.
Let's talk about a real sport.
Yeah, the Yankees look good though. The Yankees off to a good start. Dodgers off to a good start. Good teams looking good. Astros and Mets battled, but
Mets are battling. Need more.
Astros are good. They're a good team.
Astros will be back this year.
They have great pitching too. For sure. Framber
Valdez in a different way. Got rid of Kyle Tucker, but they got some arms in there. They're a different squad. Jordan looks still Jordan. That was.
Yeah, I mean they're
a homer in most parts.
It's basically just Alvarez left from the cheating teams. Now that Bregman's gone, they've completely retooled, and they still are really, really good. And
good farm.
They're just a good organization. So besides the cheating stuff, they continue to compete. Yep. But yeah, I mean, what's more exciting than early season baseball is late season college basketball. We're into the Final Four now.
That team went final, I assume.
Yeah, I'm sure Michigan State lost.
Sort of something crazy happening. We assume that Michigan State lost.
Yeah, you could check that. Wow. I'll get us.
Wow, go ahead.
I'll set the table for the other games. Florida took care of business. Texas Tech gave them a scare, but they fought back, won. Duke played great defense against Alabama. Alabama couldn't keep up the shooting performance and fell short. Earlier today, Houston dominated Tennessee. Tennessee only had 15 points in the first half. Just an absolute masterclass. Good for Houston, good for Kelvin Sampson. And then Auburn kind of controlled the game up until the final minutes. We turned it off to start the pod. Update us there.
Yeah. So we got Michigan State against Auburn. Michigan State kind of made a run at the end of the game, but not enough. Bruce Pearl going back to a Final Four, 70-64. They took care of Michigan State. Yeah. I mean, Auburn's a nice team. They're really good. I don't think they're going to beat. Who do they play? They're going to play Houston?
I believe
Florida.
Yeah. I was going to say.
So I have Florida and Duke in my Final Four. I had Tennessee on the other side, actually. So I expected more of an outing there. I mean, if the game was 48 minutes, maybe they come back and make it close there because they kind of had a couple chances in the second half. But that first half was abysmal. Can't do that in a fucking Elite Eight game. Just can't do it. It's a stinker. 15 points. Can't do it. So really, really shitty showing. They're known for their defense, to be honest. And I thought their defense was pretty damn good. In the second half, they were really getting going at points, but they were down by too much, so they were taking bad attempts, and then the game just gets away from you. So it's unfortunate what happened to Tennessee in that game. I really thought they had more in them. But yeah, another what's it called from Boy in Michigan State? What's his name? That's the national championship. Still avoiding him.
Well, Tom Izzo has a national championship.
He has one.
Yeah. You said that national championship is avoiding it. Oh no, yeah, that was a long time ago. It was like with the team Cleves, probably like late '90s, early 2000s. But you said like that championship is avoiding it. I mean. We're like, you mean that second championship is avoiding it?
Second championship.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, he hasn't really been in the final, and I feel like in a minute.
Well, I mean, I also don't think of Michigan State as like a perennial like.
They're like a mid-tier bowl. They're not mid-tier. That's too low.
But they're not like lauded as like a place a recruit wants to go. You know, it's like freezing cold.
School, though, for sure, I would say.
But I'm saying it's like a freezing cold. Like, you know, it's not like
Michigan.
Yeah, it's not Michigan in terms of the academic, you know, and just like perennial or not perennial. Excuse me, just like the
lore.
The alumni base too, like in terms of like, yeah. Like I think Tom Izzo does a ton. Like without Tom Izzo, Michigan State is nowhere near where they are. You know,
he's the Paterno of that area. Yeah.
No, don't put that on him. He's Italian, but Jesus. No, but Michigan State. I mean, another good run. Like I said. They don't get that top tier talent, and that's proven by like what NBA players do they have, you know, like in the league that dominate, like none, you know. There's some good ones, some decent, like some Draymonds, you know, like guys like that. Their guys in the league are like mostly like Denzel Valentine, you know, like those are their league guys.
What a name!
But he continues
down the bowl still.
I don't know, but he continues to get. You know, the most out of his players. He's a good college coach. Auburn, Bruce Pearl, you mentioned him. He's been a good coach all year. I just think they're running into a buzzsaw in Florida. That team is too deep. They play too well.
Clayton Jr. is filth.
Yeah, exactly. And Clayton is the guy. So on the other side, we're going to have Duke versus Houston. Going into today, I would say Duke looked unstoppable this whole tournament. I have them winning it all in my bracket, all that. But the way Houston came out against Tennessee today was impressive. Obviously, Tennessee probably hurt themselves a little bit, but all the credit in the world to Houston. That was not a close game by any stretch.
No. I didn't watch the game. I was texting with you, but did not seem close. I guess it was a good day to not watch college basketball too much. I got the end of the Auburn-Michigan State game here before we got on here, but in general, that game seemed like nothing, unfortunately. And Houston, that's impressive. So I assume Houston's going to give Duke a run for their money. Duke did not seem unbeatable. I feel like if Alabama hits a couple shots, that game's like whole entire look is different. They were hanging around for a minute, even when they were missing shots. So, you know, I still think Duke's going to win, and Duke has Cooper Flagg, who really is just so impressive, and he didn't really shoot the ball too well, but he hit him when he needed to, and he's a bull. So I definitely think that it's going to be what everyone thinks it's going to be, which is Duke versus Florida, and then we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I think me and a lot of other people had it. Duke, Florida in the national championship game. That's what I'm holding to. Cooper Flagg's absolute beast. You know, makes big plays when he needs to. Makes mistakes. He is a freshman. But for the most part.
Whatever his name is. Con Canoodle.
Yeah, Con Knipple has played well, too. He's tough. He's that. If there's anyone on these Duke teams that reminds you of like the Duke teams you love to hate, it's him, you know, because this Duke team is and the antithesis of the old Duke teams. They're fun to watch. They aren't out there really.
That guy had in the beginning of the game, we reached all the way back. It was fucking filthy.
Yeah, they have the guy who's the most exciting player. Like this isn't the Duke team that your dad grew up cheering for in the '80s. You know,
Proctor's sick. Proctor's sick. When he gets going, he gets fucking money from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, this team is fun to watch. It's not this Duke team that everyone hates to see win. It's kind of a new era.
So hateable the way he plays. He just backs you down, works the baseline, fucking backboard in, like just like a Ginobili almost type, like, but just like he's always
looks like Mike Dunleavy 2.0, like even the haircut, everything.
He doesn't shoot it as well, but definitely the
but I'm saying just the hair, the face, everything just looks like him. He looks like the Duke guy that you hated growing up, but everyone else,
the white,
the rest of the team, you're like, this team is great and fun to watch and exciting. So I'm still picking Duke to win it all. Obviously, like you said, if Alabama hit some shots, but it's not like Duke played their best game either. Like, Duke didn't play clean and still won handily, played great defense. Like, It wasn't like Duke played their best game and Alabama didn't play good. It was like Alabama didn't play good, Duke didn't play good, and Duke won comfortably. So it's going to take Houston
in different styles. You want to play a muddy game where everyone kind of, then we'll win that game too. No problem.
And Alabama kind of wasted their good shooting night, and it almost feels like, all right, Houston, maybe played their best game against Tennessee right before the Duke game. Maybe peaked a little too early, but who knows? We'll see how it goes. I got Duke and I got Florida.
They didn't shoot the ball particularly well. 6 of 17, 6 of 14 for their two leading scorers.
Yeah, they're not. They didn't have to either. Like I said, it was like a 19-point game at halftime with Tennessee only scoring 15 points.
Played 24 minutes for them. 7 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yeah, well, they don't even come out as a starting five because they consider their sixth man like a starter. Like he always is on that wave.
Yeah, that's Arsenault, whatever the guy with the long name starts with an A.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it either, but
Arsenault,
maybe.
Yeah,
but Kelvin
Arceneaux.
Yeah, Arsenault, I would say. EAUX is like
yeah,
like
that's what I went with. Arsenault.
Yeah, so you got John Shire and Kelvin Sampson. And we got, who else is the coaches left?
Bruce Pearl, and then the guy on Florida. What's his name? Fuck, I just thought of it.
It's like Logden or something like that, or Ogden.
Something like that.
It's late over here. I'm tired.
Golden. Guys. That's it. Golden, right?
Golden. Yeah.
Todd Golden. That's it. Todd Golden.
Yep, that's it for sure. So some great, besides Golden, some real high pedigree coaches here battling it out, and obviously Shire is still young in his career, but I think he's going to have a long career.
It's been a while for Florida, actually I was reading something like it was like 9 or 10 years, like it's been like a while for them to be back in the Final Four for them, so nice to see them back. It's always good to see Florida in the Final Four. Obviously a lot of us grew up with Florida being a perennial basketball powerhouse with that fucking team with Joakim Noah, Corey Brewer, Al
Horford.
Yeah, Al Horford. I mean, that Bradley Beal at one point. I mean, that team was sick. So, we always love Florida basketball. Being a part of the Final Four, I feel like it adds a different type of flavor to the whole thing, and it's always good when you have these big blue blood schools leading the way.
Well, I mean, even Houston and Auburn aren't necessarily perennial powerhouses. They've been getting good recently.
Yeah,
and Houston too, but
Houston too.
Houston still isn't even like a power. I don't think Houston are they in the Big 12 now. I might be missing out on that.
I don't know.
But if they're not, they're still like not a Power 5 school.
I don't know. Are they?
It's hard to keep up with all the realignment.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, they're in the Big 12 now.
Okay.
So they're a new Power 5 school, at least, if nothing
I was about
else.
to say, because they're a 1 seed in the bracket, so how are they a 1 seed without being in a Power 5? Like, there's...
Yeah, I mean, they were also like 30-3.
Yeah, but still, there were a lot of teams that were like fucking... And they were like 3 seeds or 4 seeds. Like Yale, for example, was like 30-4, I think.
Yeah, but Houston versus Yale. Like even like there's been years where
They're both in shitty conferences.
it's
They're
like
both pretty-
Gonzaga when Gonzaga was in like
Right,
the
right,
West
right,
Coast
that's true.
Conference. They still
What
were number one.
conference was
seeds.
Gonzaga in though? Or what are they in?
I think they were in the West
The
Coast
WAC?
Conference or the Western Athletic Conference, something like that. I think they still might be in it.
The WAC?
Mountain West, maybe something.
Shit's
like
whack,
that.
bro.
Not a Power
University of-
5.
The University of Utah State, maybe Gonzaga plays them.
I mean, Utah State was definitely in the Pac-12. Yeah, they're in the West Coast Conference, the WCC. That's what I said. Yeah.
WCC. Oh,
They didn't even win the
your local
conference
news
this
channel.
year.
Sounds like your local weather channel.
St. Mary's won that conference this year.
Oh wow, that's true.
Yeah.
Someone I worked with went to St. Mary's. He was cheering them on. I don't. That's the only reason I went with them the first round. They actually won. They almost lost. I watched that game.
Yeah, they were a favorite. I think it was 7-10 matchup.
I think it was a 7-10 matchup. Yeah.
But yeah, we can get into the Hots corner. We got
Let's do it,
the
let's do
Final
it, let's do
Four.
it. We'll see what happens with
coming
the
up.
matchups. Off the rip, who you taking on each side? I assume we're taking Duke, Florida chalk, and then you said
Yeah, that's. I'm sticking to my bracket.
Florida. So hopefully we get there, and then we talked about putting something down for I'll take Florida, you take Duke. And,
Yeah, we'll do it for sure. Hopefully
Sure.
they get there.
I can't even believe it's actually working out. Usually it doesn't work out like this. Someone blows it, and usually it's Duke. So I'm pretty happy to see this.
Well, you were just saying how
More
Florida
games.
has. You were just saying how Florida hasn't been there since like the fucking late 2000s.
Can we just notice something? We gotta love Whoopi putting up on our group chat a picture of Mikal Bridges because he's such a fan, but in a Suns jersey after what probably having a good night tonight for the Knicks. Not kidding you.
And isn't he a Heat fan?
And he's a Heat fan. But he's a
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges fan.
He's like a Nick. He's trying to jump on the bandwagon. Don't let him.
Mikal has Mikal has 20. OG has 24. Yo, your boy OG. Your boy OG.
I love OG.
It's crazy. At this
I
point,
love
you
OG and OG.
guys, the epitome of basketball. He's the man.
He's so cool. He just doesn't give a
So
fuck.
cool.
He's like a Kawhi, a Tim Duncan, like
Yeah,
just like.
so much game, bro, and he just gets it. He understands the mission. At every
I don't
point,
think I've ever seen his mouth move.
he's just
Like I've never seen him talk. Like I've never seen him yell at a ref. I've never seen him talk shit. I've never seen him talk to a teammate. Like maybe nod ahead. Like he just
efficient player.
he's-
9 of
he's
13 tonight, bro.
a quiet assassin. Just a
3
quiet
steals,
killer.
2 blocks every fucking night with the steals, dude. Multi-steal night every night. I would be willing to guess. Look, I'm going.
I love guys who just make the right choices. He just makes the right choice. I feel like all the time. He'll miss a shot, but it'll be an open shot.
Back-to-back 3 steal nights. Are you kidding me? 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times in the past 12 games he's had 2+ steals, and one of those games was 5 steals.
Yeah, I mean that's how you pivot from maybe a pick that wasn't as good as you want it to be with RJ Barrett. You make a trade like that, and you get OG.
Crazy.
It's about as good as it gets. But all right, we'll get right into it. What's a more exciting play in the world of sports, robbing a home run or a pick six?
Pick 6.
Would you rather be the best ping pong player in the world or the best darts player in the world?
Oh, ping pong for sure.
Champ Bailey or Darrell Revis?
Probably Champ Bailey.
Champ Bailey. All right. If you were starting a baseball team from scratch, who do you want as your first overall pick?
Right now? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you're dick. Mookie Betts.
Wow. Would you rather be best friends with an alien or a superstar celebrity athlete?
With an alien?
Yeah.
Or superstar celebrity athlete. I'll probably take the superstar celebrity athlete. It's a little bit more convenient, I'd say.
Would you rather bring back the And One mixtape tour or Stump the Schwab?
Probably Stump the Schwab. That guy's probably dead.
Would you? He is
hope
dead.
not.
He is dead. Would you rather be stabbed or shot?
Stabbed or shot? Probably stabbed.
All right, this is the trivia. Name the players with 10 or more gold gloves. There are 16 of them.
Name the players with 10 or more gold gloves. There are 16 of them.
That was the worst way to ask that question. 16 players have accomplished the feat of achieving 16 gold gloves. Name them. Or no, I fucked it up again. 16 players have 10 gold gloves. Name them. Try to get cute.
16 players have 10 or more gold gloves. Name them. Okay. Torrey Hunter?
No. Bad start. You had 16 opportunities. Couldn't get one of them.
Bench?
Johnny Bench had 10 gold gloves. So I'll give you the number as you go.
Okay. That's one. 10 gold gloves. I'm thinking about Cal Ripken, but I don't know why I don't want to say 10. It feels like too many gold gloves. He's definitely a games guy, but gold gloves, that seems like a lot. Zachary Glorious King, Derek Jeter. Who is Derpy?
He's our fan, dude. Our one fan. Don't make fun of him. He's our one fan.
Derek Jeter doesn't have 10.
No way. Obviously, he's obviously trolling you.
Yeah.
And he did say stump the Schwab in a heartbeat, so he's cool with me.
Yeah. Kirby's cool with us. Thinking. Give me a second. Let me think. Give me a second here.
Good God, this is getting embarrassing, dude. Take some guesses. After 3 wrong answers, I'll give you hints. Just like usual.
Andrew Jones?
Correct. He also had 10.
Ichiro?
Ichiro also on there with 10.
Gold gloves. 10 is so many. That's what's throwing me, bro.
That's it. You got to think like that's got to be elite defenders.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like Pudge.
Correct. Pudge had, I want to say 13. Let me double check. Yeah, 13.
Okay. So there you go. There's a few there. Let me think.
Yeah, you're 25% of the way through with 1 wrong. You're doing pretty good.
Just thinking players. Trying to have like good guesses. You know, I don't want to just throw shit out.
Yeah, I got you.
It takes me a minute.
Just think about the listener.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for the listener on these types of quizzes, but I do know I can get to answers.
All right, 15 seconds to your next guess.
All right, that's fair. I like the way they do that. Michael Young?
No.
That's at 10.
That's 2 wrong.
Okay. Mickey Mantle?
No. All right, so I'll start giving hints now.
Okay.
The top 2 are pitchers. One is kind of a gimme. The other one, I would say, is harder.
Top 2 are pitchers. Ooh. Top 2 are pitchers. Mariano Rivera? I feel like.
No, they're probably not going to get a relief pitcher as a Gold Glove pitcher.
He was great in the field. I'm just thinking, jeez. Tough.
All right, every wrong answer, I'll give you another clue. So the number 1 is a pitcher that was prevalent in our lifetime, more when we were younger. 300-plus wins, World Series champion.
300-plus wins, World Series champion. Not
amazing.
CC.
No. Amazing defender.
Pedro, I guess?
No.
That's what Derpy just said.
Yeah, Derpy also said Miguel Cabrera and Derek Jeter, so I would.
Yeah, I ignored the Miguel Cabrera one. Pedro seemed decent. 300 wins though.
Pedro has 300 wins. I don't think CC does.
CC has 250 plus. Yeah, I think you might be right.
Atlanta Braves.
Oh, Maddox? Really?
Yeah,
wow.
He's got the most ever with 18.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I'll pass the second. I'll go to the next one. I think you'd know. He's a Cardinal shortstop. Nicknamed the Wizard. The greatest defensive shortstop ever. 80s, early 90s.
Probably know the name. I just can't think of it now.
All right, we'll keep going then. Pirates legend.
Oh wow,
outfielder.
Yeah, guy is right. Ozzie Guillen. Wow.
No, it's not Ozzie Guillen. Ozzie Smith.
Ozzie Smith.
Yeah.
Ozzie Guillen was a manager. Yeah, psychopath.
Yeah, for the White Sox and stuff.
White Sox.
He got blackballed from the league.
Yeah.
The next one is a Pirates legend. Famously died in a plane crash.
Clemente?
Yes, Roberto Clemente. Oh, and Ozzie had
like 15.
13 gold gloves, and Clemente had 12.
Wow.
Another shortstop played for the Indians in our lifetime. Very prevalent.
The Indians?
Yeah. And a double hint. His double play partner is also on this list. Second baseman for the Indians. Yeah. Wow. Derpy's putting you to shame right now. He's in the chat just lapping you.
Oh, Omar Vizquel. He is laughing me. Jeez, what a name. I don't know if I can get the second baseman, though.
Really? He also played for the Mets and the Blue Jays. You should know it. He's a Hall of Famer.
He also played for the Mets and the Blue Jays.
In our lifetime.
I gotta turn off the chat because Derpy's hurting me.
All right, I'll turn off the chat too, so I won't let you know if he knows it.
Okay.
They probably hold the record for most double plays turned together. Omar Vizquel.
I probably know the name. I definitely know the name, and I'm gonna know it as soon as you say it.
Oh, I mean, you unquestionably know the name. He's one of the best second basemen ever, on offensively and defensively. He played for the Mets towards like the end of his career.
At second?
Yeah.
You could say it.
No, Derpy got it wrong, to be honest. You just want me to say it? You're giving up?
Yeah, you could say it.
Roberto Alomar.
Roberto Alomar. Wow, what a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't genuinely say I would have ever thought of that name.
Really?
Name.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's insane.
Great player. Yeah.
All right.
Is he a Hall of Famer? He's not.
Yeah,
right?
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. He is in the Hall of Fame already. Yeah. It's like a first or second ballot.
Wow.
Current
Alomar. I won't forget you, bro.
Current third baseman has 10.
Ramirez? Really? Was it Ramirez?
No. Current third baseman has 10, and just Alomar had 10 also, and Vizquel I think had 11. Let me double check. Vizquel had 11.
Wow, that's insane.
And then a current third baseman has 10.
The current third baseman?
Yeah.
Of the Indians?
No, just a current third baseman in general.
Oh, just a current. I thought you were saying a current third baseman.
No. Just current third baseman.
Oh, someone that plays third right now has 10.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that have 10. Wow. What's it called? Maddox is really separator.
Yeah, there's still two more people that have 10 on this list.
Yeah. Is Arenado one of them?
Yes, Arenado is the current third baseman with 10.
Okay.
Hall of Famer for sure, Nolan Arenado.
Okay.
One of the most famous center fielders of our lifetime. Probably the most common baseball card.
Willie Mays.
He is, but that's not who I'm talking about. But yeah, Willie Mays had 11. But like one of them, like
Baseball card.
yeah,
Center field.
yeah.
Jim Edmonds.
No, his dad also played.
Vlad Guerrero.
They played together on the same team.
Ken Griffey Sr. Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, Ken Griffey Jr. And then the last three are a little harder, but I'll just give you good hints. Third baseman for the Phillies in the 80s, probably a little 70s. 500 home run club. One of the best players ever to play baseball. Hall of Famer. Maybe the best third baseman of all time.
The best third baseman of all time. Damn.
Probably the best Philly of all. Actually, definitely the best Philly of all time.
You can say it.
Mike Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt. Good name. Dude, I've heard the name in my past life. Yes.
Dude, I mean, if you know baseball, you know who Mike Schmidt is. You can't act like you're acting like these people are no names, like Roberto Alomar.
No, these guys are like well-renowned names.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Willie Mays.
Like, when you say their name, I just want to be clear that you're not saying a name where
every single name on this list is a Hall of Fame baseball player.
It's a Hall of Fame list. I'm just being obviously there's a Hall of Fame list we're reading about. We're talking about people that have like 10 plus Gold Gloves. This is a Hall of Fame list.
Yeah,
that's a given for most of these guys.
I think Andrew Jones is the only one not in the Hall of Fame, and obviously Arenado is not in the Hall of Fame yet. The last three.
Pudge in with the steroids thing?
Yeah, maybe. I think Pudge is in. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. All right, so we got all the 10. So all we have left over is the number 2 pitcher. I'm going to give it to you. This is the one I didn't get. Jim Cott. 16 Gold Gloves. Jim Cott. Hall of Fame.
Who is that?
He's a Hall of Fame pitcher too for the Twins.
Oh, Vizquel's not in the Hall too, by the way.
But I think he will. He's not in though. You're right. That's true. And then the third overall is 16 Gold Gloves. He played third for the Orioles, 70s, late 60s.
No
Brooks Robinson.
Good name.
Yeah. He's a beast.
Yeah, it's a good name. I remember reading a book about him when I was really young.
And then the last one, 11 Gold Gloves, Mets first baseman.
Okay.
Keith Hernandez. Yeah. Mets and Cardinals, I guess I should have said. Yeah. Good. I knew that one was going to be tough, but I thought you'd do a little better than you did, to be honest.
Yeah, a couple of those names I should have had. Yeah,
I think Alomar and Vizquel I was expecting.
Vizquel I should have had. Alomar would have been
Ken Griffey Jr. shouldn't have been so hard to find.
Jr. Yeah, I don't know how I forgot about him. He's a
Ozzie Smith I thought you'd have, but I think
Griffey was
baseball what I'm learning is like the baseball pre-2000 you might have nothing is what I'm realizing.
Yeah.
You're not a baseball historian like I am, so to speak.
No. Baseball for me was like right when I got into it and up, basically.
And I think Vizquel will get into the Hall of Fame. So I think he's sneaky, has like close to 3,000 hits because he played for a long time. And, 10 Gold Gloves. I think he'll get
crazy infield, and you can only have one half of that infield in the Hall of Fame. That's kind of wild.
11 Gold Gloves, yeah. All right, this one I think you'll do better at. 8 NFL players who have multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards.
Okay. Multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. Lawrence Taylor?
Yes.
Let's see here. Multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. TJ Watt?
You mean TJ, right?
TJ, that's what I said. TJ.
Wrong.
Or JJ Watt. JJ Watt.
JJ Watt, yeah. But I wanted to clear up that you did mean TJ, so you couldn't be like, I meant JJ.
JJ.
Yeah. JJ's got it. TJ doesn't.
Yeah, JJ has 3.
JJ does have 3, correct.
Yeah. Let's see here. Defensive Player of the Year.
But that's still one wrong answer for those keeping score.
Thinking about multiples.
Yep.
Ed Reed win it? Ed Reed win it twice?
No.
Twice is the shit that's tripping me.
That's the question. I'll give you hints after this next one, but you got this, dude. Just think about it. "15 seconds.
Yeah, that's fine.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, I'll say Ray Lewis.
There you go. That's right. So you have 3 so far.
Charles Woodson?
No. Every single one is a pass rusher, sack guy, front 7, no safeties or corners.
Yeah. I agree. That's crazy. All right. That's so stupid.
You're sick.
Yeah, that's insane. That's awful. It's a disservice to the game. Multiple is the thing that's killing me. Like, I can think of single times that guys have won it, but like, did Miles Garrett just won it for the first time? Or is that his second?
No, Myles Garrett didn't win it this year. That was Surtain. He's only won it once.
Only won it once. He was up for it this year for his second. That's right. That would have been his second. Yeah. I was covering.
So Watt and Taylor have 3. There's one other guy who has 3. The other 4 guys have 2.
Dick Butkus?
No. I don't think the defensive player of the year probably came about till like the 80s, maybe late 70s. Everybody on this list is from the 80s or later. Or 70s, like late 70s or mid 70s or later. No Dick Butkus, no Ray Nitschke's. You know, I'm not trying to fuck with you. You know, these are all gettable names.
I know. I should be able to get more. Let me think.
We talked about this guy once when discussing, like, is Jason Kelce the greatest Eagle? And then we're like, people must have forgotten about this guy. He played for the Eagles and the Packers.
Greatest Eagle? Oh, Brian Dawkins? No.
No safeties.
No safeties. What am I saying? Yeah, it can't be.
He played like D-end or D-tackle. Always was leading the league in sacks or close to it. Like him and Lawrence Taylor were the guys. Like the great, or like
Philly,
on Philly and the Packers. Yeah. You texted me. You're like, "Is Jason Kelce the greatest Eagle?" Like they're talking about it on New Heights or whatever. And me and Christy are talking about it. Like,
Reggie White.
Yeah, Reggie White. Correct. Another pass rusher of that era. He has the most sacks of all time.
Smith?
Yes. The Steel Curtain, Pittsburgh Steelers. He has a Coke commercial in the tunnel.
I'm not gonna remember. I know the face.
Very famously, I have his autograph actually. Very famously, like spoofed in like basketball and like a lot of movies, they make fun of it.
I know who you're talking about. I'm not gonna pull that name.
His nickname was more like in a moniker than a nickname, I guess. It was started with Mean, and then
Mean
it was
Joe
just
Green.
Yeah.
I could see his face in that tunnel, bro. Like looking up at the kid looking up at him.
The other 3-time winner is a modern player. You've seen him play his entire career and retire. You saw when he got drafted and he retired. He went to Pittsburgh in college.
Oh, wow. Aaron Donald.
Yeah. And then the last one...
Good clue, by the way. Thanks for not giving that away completely.
The last one is 1985 Bears. You know, best defense maybe ever. Centerpiece, known for having like really crazy eyes. Coached for the 49ers. Can't win with him. Can't play with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't win with him. Can't play with him. Can't do it. Yeah.
That was a good one. So read that list back again.
Donald, Watt, Taylor, Lewis, Smith, White, Green, Singletary. I was expecting a little better there.
Because I figured safeties and there would be like I was even going to guess Ronnie Lott at one point. I literally was off.
We've literally talked about that when I was like, yeah, when you texted me about is he the greatest Eagle? The guy that I said back. I thought that would come a little quicker.
Yeah, Reggie White, Bruce Smith should have came. I don't know why.
The commercial should have been Mean Joe Green right away. I shouldn't have to give you mean to find Joe Green.
Yeah.
I had to rhyme it for you. But I knew the Gold Gloves would be hard. Jim Cott, I didn't get myself. Brooks Robinson, I didn't get myself. I got the rest.
Not getting Ken Griffey is, again, like I said before, like your Nikola Jokic for triple doubles.
Yeah, no, it is. You get like the nervous brain when you have it on the spot too. Like
totally.
When you're on live, you know.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. I think you like me. I don't know the defensive player of the year. I think you're overthinking a little bit. You know, it's just like name.
I was just more in the secondary at first. I started in the secondary. I don't know why.
Yeah,
really foolish.
Torrey Hunter off the rip. I think Michael Young might have been among the worst guesses ever. I don't know if he has it. Michael Young having 10 gold gloves. I'm gonna look it up. Maybe I'm off pace. Maybe he has like 5 or something, and I'm just.
Come on, Michael Young. We need a 5+, or that is the worst guess of all time. Hold on.
Michael Young has 1 gold glove. Michael Young is a hard guess. I was like, wait, did you say Michael Young? I just said nope.
That's a baseball player right there. Yo,
yeah.
Who was the other guy that I said?
I don't know. Michael Young was bad. Torrey Hunter.
Before that.
Torrey Hunter was your first, which I guess he probably has like 5.
How many does he have?
Oh, no, he's 9. All right, he's right
Thank you. I knew he was close, bro. I wasn't crazy.
No, Michael Young was the one. Torrey Hunter was a fine guess.
Yeah, you can't make fun of Torrey Hunter. Michael Young's the joke.
Michael Young was a funny guess. I was like, Michael Young, I think he DH'd probably like 4 or 5 years. He definitely wasn't
for LA for a little bit.
Greg Maddux took you a while to find too, to be honest. Greg Maddux is like right at the top.
I never thought pitcher again. This is like talking about Gold Gloves. I'm not thinking about pitchers.
I just remember he won it every year growing up. Like every single year he won the Gold Glove.
I guess the leader of the voting group was his father. I don't know.
No, he just is the best defensive pitcher ever. He's ridiculous.
I mean, I guess so.
Look up Greg Maddux defensive highlights tonight. That's your homework.
What's he flipping around and like doing a backflip?
Yeah, dude, he's fucking making crazy plays all day, diving catches on the foul line. He's a beast. I'm telling you. He never fucked up. But yeah, we'll get to the other questions. But I do like the trivia. It's a fun little wrinkle. We've been doing good so far. More exciting play in sports, robbing a home run or a pick six. I guess the fallacy of this question is like there's levels of each. Like there's the fucking home run where you climb the wall and really reach over. And there's one where you like kind of barely.
Andy Chavez, which is sick.
Yeah, and you run a long way.
Rob it basically, and he gets
or like a line drive where like you have to run and time it. Like whereas like the guy who just sits at the wall waiting for like kind of a higher fly ball, then jumps to the last second and like barely gets it. Like that's not as exciting. And then there's
with the movement of the fielder, as they're going up,
if the guy's already parked at the wall and then it's like standing there and then just like times a vertical and like barely gets over, that's not as cool as like someone who goes full
animation, bro. Like you would get to the wall too early, and then when you wanted to go up, it would like then do this new animation of like going up as if you were just running, kind of animation. Like in the old video games when you wanted to rob a home run. Yeah,
when someone's like on a full sprint, jumps, climbs, grabs it.
Torrey Hunter
motion.
For the record.
Yeah. All in one motion. That's exciting. But when it's like I said, like camp at the wall, and then the same thing with pick sixes. It's one thing if like the quarterback's getting thrown down and like he just kind of fumbles it away.
Pick six. It could be up the sideline and hype, like the Tracy Porter. It could be like you catch it and like you just reverse field and just figure out a way to weave your way through, and then all of a sudden you're out and like, oh my god, he actually got through everyone and he's out. Like I feel like no matter how
the one like in the flats that like the quarterback just times and why? I mean, the quarterback never sees him.
It could be boring.
It's just like kind of routine, but like I think like over the middle, you like one hand it and then like kind of reverse the direction of the way the offense is going. Like that always looks sick. Like it's almost like the play design is like all drags to one side of the field, and then you come from the other side. It's like Reggie Bush
when he reversed field in the middle of that run. It's like the whole thing's against the grain basically by the time he's moving the other way.
Yeah, like, but usually it's like a guy who leaves his guy to like because he sees it, like he reads the quarterback, like leaves his own man, comes the other way, picks it off, runs the opposite direction of where the hold off. Like that's always sick.
And all linemen are just tripping on each other. Everyone's getting clipped.
But I would say like at their peaks, like Mike Trout, his feet are like halfway over the Southwest sign his rookie year. Like that home run.
ALCS was nuts. Yeah, there are some moments for sure.
The ones where they like are looking super athletic, jumping and robbing the home runs are I think the sickest maybe play in all sports. But they're few and far between, and there's a lot of ones that are more routine. Like
Griffey has, like you said, Griffey before. Talk about Griffey, like
Edmonds, those ones that were like I said when they're on the full sprint and they time it and they climb the wall and they fucking and it's obvious home run. Not those ones that, like barely maybe want to hit the top of the wall. You know, the ones that are sick are sick. But would you rather be the best ping pong player in the world or darts player in the world? You want ping pong. I'm surprised. You want that like Olympic gold more than cash?
Yeah,
I think darts players have more of a following.
Maybe be fucking nice and go around Asia, just fucking smacking all these guys up that think they're better than me because I was some white kid.
Darts gets wild though. It almost has like hooliganism to it.
Yeah, darts is pretty crazy.
The UK.
You did see in the Olympics the guys that throw the darts and they're mad intense as well. So.
Michael Van Gerwen.
Yeah, Michael Van Gerwen and shit. That's cool. Yeah. I like that shit too. But like. I don't know. I played ping pong when I was younger. I love ping pong, so that was just special. Like,
ping pong's fun. I think the monetary value is probably better for darts. I think they have like more fans and merch and shit like that.
Probably, I would say so.
You're more recognizable.
I don't know. It depends where you are. I think in Asian countries, ping pong is massive. Like,
you think so?
Yeah. It depends on where you are. I think in America you'd be right though with darts, and Europe as well. I think certain spots in the world for sure you'd be darts. I don't know. I don't know if that's like blanket though, like darts anywhere versus ping pong. I feel like in China.
You might be right. I know that in the Western world, at least, that no one can name the best ping pong player. And like, I know who Michael Van Gerwen is. There's also
there's
Bully Boy.
He's like the most memed out guy in the world now. Yeah.
And there's also Bully Boy. I actually forget
the style that comes with also being a dart thrower. Like there is like style to it.
Yeah, you could like drink a beer and play.
Yeah. Or you have the glasses or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's a cool. I think I would take darts, but there's no wrong answer. Champ Bailey or Darrelle Revis. I tend to agree with you, but I do remember a time being like,
right?
What?
It was like one side, right?
Yeah, and I think Champ Bailey was more likely, we said before, like jump off a route to make a pick, even in man-to-man coverage, where Darrelle Revis was just kind of a blanket. Like that receiver is just out of the game for that game.
Right.
And I think Champ Bailey knew his receiver was out of the game and also would still go out and get interceptions, just leaving his man, like finding an opportunity where he could read the eyes of the quarterback while staying on his man, you know. Revis might be a bit of a better tackler, better returner, especially in college.
Like a Pittsburgh guy. He's like the guy that's always going to have perfect, stellar. Boom, 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 boom.
Revis was electric returning in college, though, too, at Pittsburgh, for sure.
Yeah. He did a little returning early on for the Jets, too.
That's what I'm saying. I think returning, he has chance.
Deceptive speed. He had like one of those ground, like low, fast ways of running. Like he was good. Yeah.
Superstar.
Ultimate.
Oh, I actually skipped this one. If you could schedule a mandatory midweek work day off, which day are you picking? So like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can't make a 3-day weekend.
Day off?
Like you have Saturday and Sunday off, and you have either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Tuesday?
Yeah, I feel like getting into work on Monday sucks, but if you knew that it was leading to a day off, that's actually okay. So it kind of breaks the week up nice. Tuesday.
I kind of like that, and then you work Wednesday, Thursday, and then you work Friday again. Yeah, I guess that's the only way to avoid working.
Because I don't like on, off. So I don't like the idea of working Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday's off, and then Thursday, Friday, and then it's like that break is natural progression, I would say there. So that would probably be the masses decision. Like if everyone did a vote, that would be the consensus if I was a guessing man. But I would say Tuesday actually is better because Monday usually sucks dick the most of any of the work days.
Yeah, I think I have to say Wednesday because then it's just like you never work more than 2 days in a row.
Right. That's what the consensus would say for sure.
Absolutely. I think because you're saying Monday wouldn't suck as bad if you know you had Tuesday off, but I think Monday wouldn't suck as bad if you knew you had Wednesday off too, and you just get through Monday, Tuesday, then you have Wednesday, and then you have Thursday, Friday, then you have Saturday and Sunday. You know what I mean?
Case of the Mondays, I think
the effect of the Monday.
No, there's a whole thing around.
The effect of the Monday, I do think, is lightened by.
It takes time to get back into work, so it's like a day where people are half awake on Monday sometimes. So it's like you get that half awake day, and then you're just like, okay, I can reset now. Like, boom, I got Tuesday off, and then get back to the grind for my Wednesday, Thursday.
All right, sounds good. I feel you. I like that take.
I hope we end up implementing that in some fashion. For the record,
right.
I believe Europe already has a 3-day work week, right?
I think a 4-day would be perfect. Saturday and Sunday, take one of those days off.
Every day should be a work day, and whether or not you go in it, you just have to clock a certain amount of hours per week, and it should just work around your schedule. Why are we clocking it the way we clock it?
That's true, too. Yeah, someone just decided one time. All right, if you were starting a baseball team from scratch, who do you want as your first over pick? You said Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
I don't know if he cracks my top 3. I think I would go Shohei. I would go Judge. I'd go Soto. I'd go.
First player is more than just the talent, and I feel like Mookie is the number 4 or 5 talent player, but the number 1 culture guy. And like, I feel like Judge is a number 2 culture guy, but he's actually like not to me even on the same level as Mookie. And this is my opinion. Brand, like Mookie has that podcast that everyone jumps on. I just feel like his culture and the way his personality is a big driving mechanism. Him and Teoscar, they have such big personalities. It seems like those guys are the heart of that team in a lot of ways. Like, yes, overall talent. I think Shohei has a great personality for the record, but it's hard to understand his personality, I guess, in a lot of ways for a lot of players, I'm sure, because he doesn't speak fluent English. But
I think he does.
That's where my opinion came from.
Yeah, I mean, Mookie Betts is also 32. You know,
yeah, but he's got 18.
Like you're starting a team from scratch. Like you could have younger guys.
Yeah,
I might even go along the lines of like Skeens. You know, like Soto's only 20. Soto's only 26.
I'm the Soto, the culture thing again. Like
he just left your team, so he's bad culture now. He won a championship with the Nationals.
I'm just talking about being the 1A player on the team.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he did that when he was like 19 or 20 years old with the Nationals.
But he's not. He doesn't run the Mets locker room, despite being the best, maybe the best talent on the team. Like he doesn't. That locker room is still not his. That locker room already has a.
I would argue that Mookie Betts doesn't run the locker room for the Dodgers. I would say Freddie Freeman. I would say Clayton Kershaw.
He's another great name, but Freddie's older too, right? Like how old is he?
He's probably like 34, 35, maybe 36. Clayton Kershaw, like I don't think he's like the Dodgers, like all tell all end all. Like you poll 100 people, they're all going to say Mookie Betts is the Dodgers' number 1 guy. I don't think so.
Okay, I think he also brought it when he was in Boston. I think he's shown before that his culture wins, and like the thing that he brings is very, very strong. And I agree with Freddie.
So did Juan Soto.
So did Freddie too in Atlanta. It's crazy. Yeah, like all 3. Yeah, yeah.
And even like Judge and I guess Ohtani just won last year.
But I think all of them are very. I would take any one of them on the Yankees for the record here.
Yeah, of course. You take any one of these, obviously. Any team. But I'm
anyone.
saying, like, we're talking about who's the number 1 guy. I don't think Mookie Betts is in my top 3. Yeah, for sure. I'm starting a team tomorrow. Judge's last season was historic.
Nuts.
Like, make no mistake about it. It was on the level of a Barry Bonds in his heyday. Like, you know, like that's the kind of year with like we've never seen Mookie Betts have like 50 home runs. We've never seen Mookie Betts
30 or some stupid shit. Yeah.
Mookie Betts with an on-base percentage of 460 or whatever. You know, like as great as Mookie Betts is, he's not touching those numbers. And again, Juan Soto, we're talking about, you know, Judge's 460 on base. Juan Soto like hovers around 440. like his career,
Crazy.
and then talk about Shohei Ohtani, 50 home runs and 50 steals last year. You know who else is in that club? No one.
Nobody.
Even like Acuna, you could start talking about, 40 home runs, 70 steals. Like Mookie Betts is a great player, don't get me wrong, but he's just very, very good at everything. He's not necessarily spectacular, anywhere.
Talent-wise, he's probably the 4th or 5th best player in the league.
Yeah. It's your draft, so you do what you want. But I had to question that one a little bit.
Yeah, I would say Mookie 1, Judge 2.
Would you rather be best friends with an alien or a superstar celebrity? Or a superstar celebrity athlete? You want superstar celebrity athlete? That's the more sure one. It's kind of like you're probably gonna have a pretty easy life. They'll put you on the payroll somewhere.
Also, I'm gonna die. Like, unless this alien has some kind of technology that can save my life and keep me going for the rest of eternity, and
he might. You age slower in space. You get you set up out there.
That's what I'm saying. So, what is coming with this friendship of being with the alien? Like, am I just
your best friend, ride or die with the alien? Whatever he fucking has to give, he'll give to you.
I'm riding in his glider, and we're going places.
So you're changing your answer to the alien.
Man,
that could be your definition of what an alien
taking an L ride to Mars in the glider,
or just being like, hey, I got these fucking new technology you can use to fucking trade stocks. You could be richer than a celebrity athlete potentially with this alien.
Celebrity athlete, he could be my friend. I am the celebrity athlete now. You
could own a team that employs celebrity athletes. If he gives you the right tips.
Damn.
He gives you the schematics for tech that the world doesn't have yet that you could sell.
I'm changing my answer. I want the aliens' friendship.
Hell yeah. Fucking let's link up with the aliens.
For sure.
Yeah. I love it.
Absolutely true. All these things are true. The aliens gotta be my friend.
All right. Would you rather bring back the And One mixtape tour or stump the Schwab? I was gonna joke about how the Schwab is dead, so you'd have to bring him back from heaven. But
yeah, I wasn't sure about that. Rest in peace to the Schwab.
He's definitely in heaven. He's probably Jewish. Is it Jewish heaven?
Maybe. He definitely has Jewish things to him. He was an angry man that kind of knew a lot about
Howie Schwab.
Howie Schwab.
Yeah, sounds pretty Jewish.
Schwab sounds kind of Jewish. Yeah,
Charles Schwab. But I think it's spelled different. It's like SCHWAB. He went to St. John's. He actually came in one of my class and guest spoke one time.
He's a beast. That guy could.
I was wearing a Montreal Expos hat, and he was like, "Oh, that's a cool hat."
We should do a Schwab game night for.
Yeah, we should get a guest. We could have a guest, and they go against me.
And then we could have 2 guests, and one person be a moderator, and then 3 of us will be people, and they'll go in rotation. Like when you have to do the names or whatever. There are 24 people that have had 250 home runs in their career.
Yeah, and they go around until someone can't answer. Yeah. We could definitely do that. I'll call it fucking Hustle the Hots or something like that, so we don't get copyrighted.
Stump the Hots.
Well, even that we might be dicey.
Stump, they own the word
Stump. Stump works with fucking Schwab because it's the alliteration. Stump S and S. So that's why I said Hustle the Hots or something like that.
All right.
You know what I mean? Fucking heat the hots. Yeah, no, Stump the Schwab for sure. I mean, obviously we love trivia. We're trying to incorporate it into our show. It's fun.
Always. It's good to know the past and the history. John schooled me in many sports, so it's good to know.
Would you rather be stabbed or shot?
This one's easy. I'm not trying to get shot with a gun.
Dude, stabbed is so much more intimate though. It's not like you get stabbed and you're good.
Intimate?
Yeah, you want someone is close to you when they stab you.
Okay. Yeah. Throw a knife. Stab.
Throwing a knife isn't stabbing. That's throwing a knife at you. There's a difference.
I guess stab is more intimate, but if they stab me, there's a better chance I survive. Probably.
Is there? I don't know.
Depends on how the knife is and how they.
I guess they say bring a knife to a gunfight, but I think that's more of a distance thing than a amount of injury thing.
Fire plan.
Yeah, no, I think it's I don't think it's about how bad the injury is. I think a gun versus a knife in a fight is more detrimental to the knife because of the distance factor than it is for the actual. If you end up getting stabbed, or you end up getting shot.
Like a stab thing, like I could fight and I could just like in my head, like wrap my head around it a little bit more. When you,
but you're getting stabbed in this scenario. You're getting stabbed. It's not like you're fighting off. You're not like grabbing their forearm as they stab you.
Is different. And
but if you get shot, it's like could be like a through and through, like right through your shoulder. Like they could stab you and like twist and then pull out.
Bullet.
But a bullet could go, I guess it depends. Now we're talking about like what type of bullet. If it's like a hollow point.
And the fuck to shock within that moment. The moment you get shot.
If you get shot in like the fucking shoulder and it goes through, like that's like a couple weeks, you know? If it's like goes straight through, it comes out, exit wound. If you get stabbed and someone like no one's gonna stab you like in the arm. They're gonna stab you like in the chest or the stomach or like organs.
You are? I hope this doesn't happen.
I know. I'm just saying if this is happening in the scenario, you're getting stabbed.
I would. Okay.
All right, let's make it. I guess. All right, let's make it like
my argument though. I'd rather it be intimate. I want to know why this is happening to me.
Oh man, I don't want to know.
I want to know. I don't want to get sniped by some guy named Charles in some bell tower because he got paid off by.
I don't want to know.
Anti-woke community that hates that I work for an EV company. Boom.
If you're playing me, keep it on the low because my heart can't take it anymore. And if you're grieving, please don't let it show. Ooh, baby, I don't want to know. I don't want to know where you whereabouts, why you're moving. I know
now we're going to get sanctioned for me. This is how you get sanctioned.
This is how we're going to get copyrighted?
Yeah, you get copyrighted.
It was that good of a cover?
That's what I'm saying. That's how you get copyrighted.
All right, that was it. That was the last question to go over.
All right. Well,
not good.
We'll
Yankees
be back
going
next
undefeated?
week. I'm sorry?
Yankees going undefeated, 162-0.
So at this pace, seems like they're probably going to win like 130 games, going into the ALCS. You know,
Dodgers.
And then guess what? They're going to make the World Series. And then guess what? There's going to be a fly ball to center field, and Judge is going to stick his glove up, and it's going to hit him directly in the nose.
I'm interested to see what happens with these bats, and the Dodgers actually might break the Mariners record. They're really good.
Was it 113?
It was 116. 16. Maybe 118.
Yeah, this is what I said. We talked about this in the offseason. I was clamoring about this in our group chat, and everyone's no, it really is. This is the dumbest shit ever. The game is broken. The Dodgers have the most ridiculous team. That starter of theirs, who sucked, is still going to have to figure it out, and they can afford it. And he is on the most cushiest of couches to figure it out. And anywhere else, the pressure would have been on. So thank God he didn't sign with the Yankees and do that, because that would have been bad in the Bronx.
It is. The record is 116. I'm going to say the Dodgers are going to break that this year. I'm saying it.
Book it. March 30th, Sunday.
All right. Latest game. Peace. I don't want to know.